look, your parents pressurizing you for marriage. They have all been there. कुछ लोग उनपे शामिल करेंगे, which again I don't understand because how it's a decision taken so juvenile way पे कि तुम्हें ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि तुम जिसके साथ शादी करके तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स के हिसाब से तो ले आते हो या कर ले रहे हो, चले जा रहे हो, बट उस पार्टनर के साथ, उस जिंदगी के साथ तुम्हें रहना, तुम्हें जूझे, तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स आके कोई और से नहीं जूझेंगे. बट ठीक है, हमारे कल्चर में हमें सिखा दिया गया नॉट टू टेक दीज थिंग्स with any kind of importance. Like, in fact, ये सबसे बड़े decisions है life के. Who you spend your life with, in whatever capacity. Even if you get divorced, you still, and if you get a child, if you have a child, you still have to share your life with the person in one way or the other. So, I am really upset and angry by just how the lazy attitude that people have towards marriage. कि हाँ कर लेंगे, नहीं कर लेंगे. If you have to have that kind of lazy attitude, I don't think you should be dating in the first place, or you should be dating casually, not really in serious ways, because it's quite a bullshit. And not just to yourself, तुम जाके बच्चों को भी बर्बाद करोगे बाद में. But more on that later on. But if you're in general facing any kind of pressure, then सबको फिक्र है, चाहे तुम लड़का हो, लड़की हो, कितने भी सक्सेसफुल हो नहीं हो, ये हर किसी के पास कुछ ना कुछ है कहने को कि अच्छा अब तो सेटल हो गई हो, अच्छा मैं तो जॉब में शादी कर लूँ, ये वो. And interestingly, not just my parents, relatives जो साल में 2 साल में 4 साल में एक बार कॉल तक नहीं करते हेलो बोलने के लिए, उनको बड़ा लगता है कि अरे आपकी बेटी तो सेटल हो गई, अब कर लेना चाहिए शादी. It's annoying. But if you're also dealing with that frustration, and especially if you live with them, you have to deal with it every day. Imagine मैं तो फ़ोन पे सुनती हूँ मेरा दिमाग चटक जाता है. And seriously annoyed. And my parents have ambushed me at times कि टपक गए कहीं पे, and they be like कि बेटी शादी करनी हो, कहीं जाना है. I was talking about maybe going for a foreign trip or whatever. I couldn't afford it. I still can't. But at that time, she was like, नहीं पहले शादी करेंगी फिर कहीं और जाएंगे. I'm like, when did this come along? कि शादी के बाद जो करना है करना. But eventually, because one of the things that made it easier for me was to not live with them. And I live far away. They live in a state which from where they cannot come easily to meet me. They'll have to take at least a flight. Even if they do take a train, it will be a long train. And it's a lot of hassle. One, that I know they're not going to do without me finding out about it. So that saves me. And the other thing is कि so far I have been so firm with them that I think they fear me a little bit now, which I really like. कि इतनी बार कलेश हो चुका है इस बार. And they have realized that I am not going to be, because I have built up that boundary with them that I follow through every day. कि अब वो ज़बरदस्ती तो बहुत दूर की बात हो, चाहे भी तो नहीं कर सकते हैं. But I think they are also a little scared of, because they try not to bring it up now, which I really appreciate, because while I can fight it and I'm willing to, I'm not the kind of person who'll just give in because I'm annoyed by the fight. But still it makes my life easier to not deal with it at all. So yeah, like cutting short in the rambling part of it, the thing is you need to have it independent, first and foremost. If you do not have a life outside of them, and you do not have a life of your own which is which doesn't have any kind of connection with them, it will be very difficult to see, especially if you live with them, you know. Like, yeah, it will make your life a living hell. I don't have to tell you that, you're already living with it. So the simplest solution is, if you're already independent financially, if you're not, please get a job. As much, do something and get out of that house. But if you already are independent, what are you doing at home? The facilities that staying at home is not worth this kind of drama. And I really implore you, even your weakest moment, do not take a decision of going with it just for the heck of it. Marriage, children are not something to be taken that lightly. You're not just impacting your life, you're impacting life around you. And this is not like a 2 din ka deal and khatam ho gaya. This is a huge deal. So please be very careful. Please think it through. Please think of the consequences. Look, if you're watching the video and you are with me so far, you already are that person. You will not going to be the person जो कि यार तला गया तो मैं कर लेता हूँ, because अगर होते तो तुम यहाँ पे होते ही नहीं in the first place. But yeah, please get financially independent. Build up a life of your own. And look, there is nothing wrong with arranged marriage or love marriage. Dono, it all boils down to your partner and you and your relationship. So you need to, regardless of what route you go into, you need to have your why and your what's. Why being कि तुम्हें शादी क्यों करनी है? If it's just because of pressure or social pressure, please don't do it. you need to have an answer. It could be anything and it has to make sense to you. It cannot be an half-ass answer. It has to be something that you know, you feel, and then go with it. I know that I want a partner in life. Shadi in itself is not necessary for me, but I want a partner, so I am very clear about that. So have some sort of clarity. And the what's is, what are your principles? What are your non-negotiables and what are the things you need? For instance, I do not want children. So I went for a partner who had similar views on me, who was as flexible about it as I am, because अगर ऐसा कोई partner मिलता है, if you watch Friends, the reference is Monica and Richard, where Richard didn't want children and Monica wanted, and she did the right thing of not going with, because you can love a person as much as you want, but these big things, if you do not have alignment, it will be very difficult. अब alignment क्या क्या की चाहिए तुम खुद figure out कर सकते हो. You already have something that is non-negotiable. Look, and it doesn't matter how irrational it is for you or not. You have to figure out. उसके लिए थोड़ा बहुत date करना पड़ेगा, or you could still have that list. Please have that, regardless of what you do, arrange or love marriage or no marriage. If you're going with any kind of partner who you share your life with, you need to have your what's figured out and why you want a partner. That also, you need to have a sense of it. You need to feel it in your body, your soul, and your bones. Otherwise, it's gonna be a really bad experience. जो सबको लिखने दूंगा.